Aloha and welcome back to Random Acts of Kindness, the happy news. I'm Franca Emma, and today I have one of my best friends, Annette, with me, and I'd like to welcome you today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Happy to be here. I would love to ask you a random act of kindness that you've experienced in your life, and if you'd like to share.
Okay. Yes, I have experienced many random acts of kindness in my life, and
Not surprised about that.
one that really sticks out to me today is when I was younger. I was in my early 20s, and I was a young mother. I had a 4-year-old daughter, and we found ourselves sort of homeless at the time. We had an apartment we were renting, and I lost a job, and then I rented a room, and then that kind of fell apart. The people that were renting the house, they all kind of dispersed, and I found myself, I put everything in storage, and I didn't have a home. And I was house sitting, so I was probably on my third house. House sitting, and which was really a nice, way to um, to be at that time, because at least I was safe and I wasn't, I felt like it was okay, but I knew that I needed a home. So while this time that I was homeless, I was also working, and I would go into work, and there was a man that worked there named Buck, and he worked the front counter, and he and I worked together the front counter, so we had a lot of time that we spent together. It was a retail store. It was an antique store. And he was a very sweet man, and a lot of people didn't really connect to him like I connected with him. And so it was really kind of a special time that he and I had together, and he would ask me questions about my life and what I wanted from my life, which I thought, I needed that at the time. He was probably in his 40s, so he had some experience. And he was asking me what kind of house I wanted to live in, and what kind of living situation I was looking for. And I said, well, I want a place where I have, that's safe for my daughter, that has a little yard, she has her own bedroom. I want my own kitchen so because I like to cook.
She's an amazing cook.
Oh, thank you. And I just wanted my own home. I wanted stability, and I needed stability at the time. And so then, a couple days later or whatever, we're talking again, and he said, how much can you afford? And I said, oh, like $350 a month, because back then we were making, I was making $5 an hour. Okay, so this was 30 years ago. And so we kind of didn't see each other for maybe a week or so. He came back into the store, and he said, by the way, Annette, I'm going to be moving out of my house. And he had the cutest Victorian house. It was downtown Paso Robles, and it was just really sweet. It had a big porch out front, and I never dreamed that anyone would offer me this house. It never crossed my mind. And he said that the owners of the house, when he moved out, would like to rent it to me. And what color carpet did I want? Of course, I chose something really impractical, and they put it in. But they did, they put window blinds on all the windows so I would have privacy. They made sure that it was safe for me, and they rented it to me. I don't even think I did a down payment on the house. So, like a first month's rent or anything. So they they were the most wonderful people to rent from, and I stayed there for at least 3 years. So
Wow.
And then Buck bought a house downtown.
And so he was like, by the way, I'm moving out of my place.
Mm-hmm.
And he had found out how much you could afford?
Yeah. He asked me, prior to that, had asked me how much I could afford, and then told them, because I think they asked him, how much can she afford?
Wow. And that's exactly how much they charged you.
That's what they charged me. The whole time, they never raised my rent. So,
that's so beautiful.
yeah, and honestly, when I moved in, I had nothing. I mean, I had no furniture. I had a bed, she had a bed, maybe a dresser. So I was able to furnish it because I worked at an antique store. So it was a lot of fun, and it brought a lot of hope to my life because I didn't have any hope. And I think it was through that time that Buck and I spent connecting and being vulnerable to each other, that he was able to hear my needs and able to act on it.
A real friend.
Yeah, he was a real friend. So that is my random act of kindness for today that I can share.
That is a beautiful random act of kindness. And I'm excited to interview you in the future with your others.
Okay.
Because I know you have others.
I do. Yeah.
I'm excited about that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, and I love you.
You're welcome,
Thank you for
you
letting me. Thank you for being open and sharing your life with us.
And thank you for doing this and bringing
You're
light
welcome.
to the world.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Carpe diem.
Yeah.
Spread love. Okay. All the best.